No beans.
No, and some onions here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to do that. Bun, dog, onions. All right.
And then
there you go.
A little mustard ketchup.
And then what?
A little mustard and ketchup. How's that?
Well, that's good.
We just need to do this at the tailgate before the Iowa game, right?
There you go, and you're happy now.
Yes.
You got a proper coating.
Thank you.
All right.
Go green, go white, go state. Property, you manage it. Yes. Grandfather goes away, and you have to set the rules called government regulations. We've been,
Okay. Did you get that?
I had a psychology class next to the images. Jack Hatter.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. What a beautiful evening. Thank goodness this wasn't yesterday. And thank goodness that you're all here. We really appreciate your support and giving, a happy birthday to the Detroit Center. Round of applause. There you go. Hope you all enjoy your cake and ice cream. It is my distinct honor and my distinct pleasure to introduce to you our Vice President of University Advancement, Robert Groves. He's going to have a few things to say.
There's no more important support for students than that of a scholarship. Terry Ward is the recipient of the Wade McCree Academic Scholarship. He's a sophomore majoring in accounting, and he graduated from Cass Tech. He finds time to regularly volunteer at the East Lansing Healthcare Center and is a member of the National Association for Black Accountants at MSU, which last year honored him with the Member of the Year Award. He's also a member of one of our Green Line student employees. He's one of those people that calls you at dinner time and asks you for a gift. Actually, he very ably represents Michigan State, not only through the telephone, but in person. This year we piloted a student envoy program, and Terry was one of our telemarketing students that actually went out on the road to meet with alumni, ask them about their MSU experience, and to reconnect with them. Please welcome scholarship recipient, Green Line representative, Terry Ward.
I would first like to start off by thanking Vice President Bob Groves for that very epic introduction and for making me sound so interesting. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Bob. And I would also like to send out a very heartfelt thank you to April Jones and Melanie McGuire for allowing me to speak with my extended Spartan family here this evening. Really, I'm honored by you guys' consideration here to have me up here talking to you guys, and I really just wanted to thank you again for that. Now, as Bob mentioned, my name is Terry Ward, and I'm an accounting sophomore here at Michigan State University, and a native from Detroit, Michigan. I graduated from Cass Technical High School, which is located right down the street from here. Most of you guys might know us because we are #1, second to none. Now, being from the inner city, I've seen a lot of misfortune that could contribute to not having available resources, not having strong support systems, and often not having the opportunity to be afforded the opportunity to even show that you have the ability to succeed. I was a very lucky young man. I was blessed to have a family where financially we had our struggles. However, emotionally and physically, they stood behind me in every endeavor that I encountered. This is very evident today, as my mother and my family are here in the audience, still supporting me. So for that, I would like to just give them a round of applause. Could you guys help me? Now, personally, I'm someone who holds a strong belief in family, tradition, and morals. Graduating from Cass Tech and having these core values instilled in me, I needed to search for an institution that would hold the same beliefs just as high and would also allow me to achieve my overall goals. I plan to become an entrepreneur and open up my own nonprofit organization that will help support the Detroit youth and their talents, and eventually cultivate the potential that we all know lives deep inside of these individuals. After a long, hard search, I found that school here in Michigan. And I'm not talking about that other school, you know, the one who hasn't beaten Michigan State in how long?
3 years.
I'm talking about Michigan State University. So with the plan in my heart and a goal in my head, I set my sights on Michigan State University. While thinking I had covered all of the obstacles standing in my way, I was posed the question of, how do you plan to pay for school? This was mind-boggling. It was a question at the time my 17-year-old mind couldn't fathom. So I sat back and pondered on my next plan of action. I searched high and low for every scholarship I could think of, knowing that without a scholarship, my dreams weren't feasible. It was through hard work and dedication, and honestly a little bit of luck, that I was awarded a scholarship that afforded me the opportunity to pursue the dreams that my heart so truly desired. So, off to state I went. It was here that I found my core values in this institution. I found the quality of education in my schoolwork. I found the opportunities to connect with alumni through the MSU's Green Line program, which is actually a program designated to continuously connect with our alumni. And while most of our alumni weren't ecstatic about me calling during dinner, it allowed our family ties to become stronger. And it taught me a tremendous amount of perseverance. It was through my success through this program that I was asked by the coordinator, Mr. Frank Tramble, to join a pilot program by the name of the Student Envoy Initiative. It was actually a pilot program designed to take the alumni, student, and family connection one step forward. It was through this program that I was allowed the opportunities to travel to the Metro Detroit as well as Metro Grand Rapids areas to meet with my Spartan family members face to face, growing our connection and loves one step stronger. And there may be some participants of the program in the audience today. Right now, I would just like to take time out to applaud those individuals as well for their continuous support for our pilot program here. Could you guys help me with that? And I'd also like to note that this is where I found the inclusiveness that Michigan State promised me. So, we're all here today to celebrate the first birthday of the Michigan State's Detroit Center, a symbol of Michigan State to show its support in Detroit, to show its support of growth in these tough times, and to show its support for students like myself who have goals but only need that extra push to pursue their goals. And while I know my road isn't fully traveled yet, I know I wouldn't be here this far without the support of everyone in this room. So, I thank my family for their continuous support. I thank MSU for believing in me. And most of all, I thank you and each and every one of my Spartan family members who have supported Michigan State, because without you all, there is no me. For that, I thank you. And I would like to just leave you guys with this last little saying that I know every Spartan and MSU alumni cherish, loves, and holds true to their heart. So if you guys can join me in this, I'm going to start off with Go Green!
Go White!
Go Green!
Go White!
Thank you.
All right.
You may have read about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, we received an anonymous gift of $10 million. And it started very, very interestingly. We got a call one day from a banker in Arizona, wanted to know that if they had a gift to direct to the university, were they talking to the right office? Yes, they were. Would we give them the mailing address? We did. And about a week later, a FedEx envelope shows up. Inside it was a check for $10 million. We had no idea who it came from. The banker swore to secrecy. We learned over the next few weeks that there were probably a dozen or so of these gifts around the country. They all came in a similar fashion. They all came to public universities with the exception of one. Interestingly enough, they all came to universities that had female presidents. We don't know whether this gift was directed by a man, a woman, a couple, a trust. We still do not know the answer to that. The instructions were fairly simple. The first $3 million could be used in any way that we saw fit that would help the institution. The remaining $7 million was to be used for scholarships. And so we scratched our heads literally for more than a few weeks trying to figure out what would be the absolute best way to utilize those dollars. The university does over $500 million, $500 million a year in financial aid, so it wouldn't be hard to figure out how to use that kind of money. But we tried to figure out what would be the way that would have the most permanent effect that we could have. And we came up with something we called the Sparty Scholarship Challenge. And what we have done is we've offered money from that anonymous gift to anyone who would start new endowments. Normally at Michigan State, an endowment takes at least $30,000. So we said, if you'll give us 20, we'll put in 10. For every $2 you put in, we'll put in $1. To date, we've had over 70 people contribute new endowments with that match, and that program continues through the end of this calendar year. And the option is out there for anyone who would like to start a new endowment. Now, we have said that we'll match up to $1 million. If you want an exception to that rule, see me, we'll talk. But seriously, know that program is there. And for many people, this is a great way to start a scholarship and something that will live on permanently. The money will be put in an endowment. The income from that will be used each year for scholarships. And that money will be there awarded in perpetuity each and every year as scholarships.